My name is Sara Kubik. I'm an attorney and owner of Kubik Legal. This is a video entitled Filling Out an Appearance Form for an Illinois Divorce, Child Custody, or Child Support case. So, this is a video for people who have been served with papers and it shows that they are part of a lawsuit. It's for cases that are only in Illinois and only these family law cases. Um, I am an attorney, and so I must have a disclaimer. And basically, I want to point out that when you watch this video, it's for educational purposes only. It's generic information. I was a professor in a former life, and so I like educating. Now I'm an attorney, and when you watch this, we don't have an attorney-client relationship. I don't know who you are. If you want to hire me, which of course you should because I'm fabulous, email me at info@kubiklegal.com or call 312-620-0283. But that's not the point of this video. The video, let's specifically talk about, what is the point of this video? Well, journalists, whenever they're doing a story, they go through the who, what, when, where, and why. So who is this video for? Again, if you've been served by a sheriff or a process server with legal papers for, these cases up here, family law cases, and it says on that paperwork that your case is in Illinois. I don't care what county it's in. I have cases in Will and Cook and Grundy and Kankakee and DuPage, but this is for you and you don't have an attorney yet. So what will we learn in this video? Well, you're going to learn how to find and fill in your appearance form. So you're the respondent. Also, people call you the defendant, but in family law, it's respondent. And you've been served with papers. When do you need to fill in and file this form? Well, look at those papers you received. You're going to have a summons or you're going to have something that says a date, a deadline. It might say 30 days past the date that you received this. I don't know what it says. I don't have them. Look at your paperwork. But do this immediately, even if you have that deadline. Don't procrastinate, because once you fill in this form and the second page has a proof of delivery, you then have to e-file it and send it to either the opposing party or their attorney, and you might have problems. So don't procrastinate. Where should you do this video? I want you at a desktop computer that has internet access and that has the ability for you to save a file. You don't need to print anything, but I don't necessarily want you at your phone because you have to type in things and save, and it's just easier to do the tutorial at a desktop computer if you don't have internet access, and it doesn't have to be incredibly high speed. Go to the library, have a little flash drive so you could save a file, one file, to your computer. Why do you need to do this? Again, you have been served with paperwork. You now need to respond to that paperwork by first filing your appearance, filling in and filing your appearance. If you don't, if you go to court and say, hey, I'm here, the judge is going to say, go file your appearance. So let's move the case along. No one likes to be in litigation for a long time. It's expensive. I was in litigation for many years. That's why now I'm an attorney, because I learned so much along the way. I want to help others. But back to this, you have been given paperwork. You need to file your appearance. Well, what happens if you don't file your appearance or hire an attorney who will file their appearance? You are what is called, scary red letters, defaulted. Defaulted means you lose, and you had no say, no legal say in that matter. That's not what you want. And courts will do this because you need to file your appearance. You need to get involved. And, litigation isn't fun, but file that appearance. That's the goal of this tutorial, is to fill it out. I will do another tutorial on how to e-file it. In Illinois, documents need to be electronically filed. That is another beast, and we will tackle that at another time. But first, what are we going to do? Well, I want you to get those legal documents that you have. Look at them. While you're watching this video, you're going to pull things off of those legal documents and fill it into forms. And when you're doing this video, I encourage you also to stop the video and do something else and then come back to it. This is asynchronistic learning, meaning you get to stop it. It's done at your own time. You could come back to it. You could rewind it. It's awesome. Great way to teach you things. But have those legal documents, and then what do? Well, the first thing we do is we go to Google, right? So I'm going to open up Chrome. Again, I don't have a very fast internet. I have a very nice monitor because I did graphic design in a former life before I was a professor. Yes, I'm that old. But let's go to Google. And one of the things you're going to learn about litigation and lawyers is there's a lot of stuff online. You could Google and find a lot of information. We're focusing on forms here, things that are already created. And in Illinois, if you type in Illinois Supreme Court forms, there's a ton of stuff out there that you, even if you don't have an attorney, can use. So Google Illinois Supreme Court forms, whether you put it here or down here, it doesn't matter. Hit enter. Again, stop the video if you need to do this and come back to it. For me, the results that come up first are the Illinois Standard State Forms. That's the link I want you to get to. IllinoisCourts.gov/forms/blah, blah, blah, blah. Let's just Google it and come up with this result, which should be near the top. Click on this. Wait till it pulls up. And this is the Supreme Court. They've created these forms. So the ones that we want to go to are the approved forms. Click on that. And then you're at the circuit court level for your family law case. Divorce, child custody, paternity. Now, there are a lot of appearance forms. I laughed when I saw that because I didn't know this, and I think it's phenomenal. We're going to do English for me. That's one language I kind of know. So English, click in the appearance form, but we need to go even further. Ignore these right now because I'm going to show you how to do this, but go to the appearance link and click on that. Finally, what you should come up with is a form that's called appearance.pdf. That's the title of it. It may, depending on your computer and your browser, appear in your browser, or it may download. Ultimately, what I want you to do is download the file and save it to your home computer or save it to your jump drive so you could take that appearance.pdf with you. Again, you don't need to print it out, but let's say you're at a library or at a computer where other people are using it. I want you to get that form. So for me, I can download it by clicking up here, this little download button. And that's what I want you to do. Get the file downloaded. And I save everything to my desktop. It's just easiest for me to remember. If you don't know where you're saving it, it's up here. Save it to documents or to your jump drive. I just save it to my desktop initially and hit save. That's my trash being picked up. Okay, so now we're done with the internet. Goodbye. Click everything out. You don't need anything else. What you need is this appearance form right now. So this is a PDF. Courts love PDFs. And if you don't have a reader installed on your computer to view it, go get one. Go back to Google. I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial, but Google Adobe Acrobat Reader. That's the big free one that Adobe has to view PDFs. Adobe, A-D-O-B-E, Acrobat, A-C-R-O-B-A-T, Reader, R-E-A-D-E-R. I spell things out. I have kids. You got to do that. So once you get the reader installed on your computer, or if your computer recognizes this, double click and open it up. And your reader may look differently than mine. That's fine. We're going to go through it, okay? This is the appearance form. The first thing at the top, this form is approved by the Illinois Supreme Court and is required to be accepted in all Illinois circuit courts. That's huge. Different counties have different appearance forms that they like, perhaps, but this is the form that they have to use, even if they have their own. So we might as well use it. The other thing here is there's instructions, which is pretty nice. If you want to read along with that, I'm going to go through this form anyway. And then finally, you're going to see the form is called Appearance Pro Se. Pro Se means you don't have an attorney. You may want to get an attorney. And of course, that attorney should be Sara Kubik at Kubik Legal. I'm kidding, but I encourage you to always call around when you're getting attorneys. That's a different story. Appearance Pro Se means you don't have an attorney, but you have to file that appearance to, again, legally have a voice in your case. Even if you get an attorney after you file this, this is the form you want to use initially without an attorney. State of Illinois Circuit Court, click the drop down, find your county. Look at that document. You may be living in one county and the petitioner who's suing you is in another and has filed there. I don't know where they filed, but look at your legal document. Let's say we're going to do Will County. I'll click on this. And then again, looking at that paperwork that you have in your hands, enter the name of the petitioner, the person suing you, and you, the respondent. This form also has plaintiff and defendant. Those are because this form is open and accepted at all Illinois circuit courts. For family law cases, divorce, child custody, paternity, it's petitioner and respondent, but that's just an FYI. So who's the petitioner? We're going to say it's Jane Doe versus the respondent. I'll just use me because why not? So Sara Kubik. This should be the same as what's listed on your document. Then you want to go over to here to your case number. It's going to look something like this, 2019 D. And if you're in Cook County or Will County, you know, it might be 008056. I don't know. I just made that up. In Will County, there's D and F cases. In Cook, it's D, but these numbers change. Look at your legal paperwork that you have in your hand and enter in that case number. Now, come down here, and you can enter your middle name. Look at that legal paperwork to see if it is. If you don't want to enter your legal name, that's fine. I will type this in. I enter my appearance in this case. And then secondly, I would like a trial with you only can do a judge in family law cases. Now, let me tell you, my goal as your attorney should be to get you through your litigation without going to trial. Because in Illinois, a trial is expensive for family law, divorce, child custody cases, and, you know, it just prolongs the case. Like I said, I was a legal client, and it's not fun. And I was in a trial, and it's expensive. So my goal is to get you through your litigation and get things settled and resolved before you go to a trial. But if you do, you want a trial with a judge. Can't do a trial with a judge and a jury. Now scroll down here. This information here is your contact information. And be honest, because you're signing this and saying under penalty of perjury that this is all true. This here is a little weird. It's a digital signature, but it's just your name. So if I type in my name here, and I type it in here, sorry, I can't spell my name. This is my signature. It's a little strange because it has this S, and that is accepted by the courts as a signature. It also talks about this directions over here. If you're completing this form on a computer, sign your name by typing it. If you're completing it by hand, sign it and print your name. So that's why they have these two different spaces. But since we're doing this digitally, we're just going to type it here, type it again, do your phone number, 312, whatever your phone number is. Again, be honest. Your street address, 123 West Marketplace. Oh no, everybody has a Broadway. Let's do a Broadway or Chicago Street. I don't know. City, state. I'm tabbing now. I hope you understand that. Instead of just clicking like that, which you could do, I'm tabbing on my computer. So Joliet, Illinois, and I don't know the zip, 12345. But this is the truth, right? Because that's what it says here. Then this is important. I agree to receive court documents at this email. Click that. Type in your email. Sara Kubik 1, let's say at gmail.com. This is not my address. I don't know whose it is, if it is even existing, but type in an email that is not embarrassing and that is not very busy that you have. If you have a personal email account that gets tons of emails every single day, your legal documents, if you use that email, are going to be buried. I encourage all my clients to open a brand new free Gmail account specifically that I can use with them and that the court can use with them, so your stuff ends up, you know, in one area. But do this by email because you don't want the court sending you things. You may get stuff sent to you anyway, like maybe Cook County courts. Type in your email address, and that should speed up the process. So that's your appearance. That's the first file that you have to do. I hit save. If you want to, always save off and save early in case the computer crashes. And again, I don't have a fast computer, so You don't need to either. I save it to my desktop. It's going to save over my appearance form. Hit save. Yes, replace it. All right, now let's go to the second page. The second page is the proof of delivery, or the certificate of service is what some counties call it. This is, you have the appearance form. Now you have to fill out a form that you have sent it to the opposing side if the petitioner does not have an attorney, or to their attorney. Look back to that legal documentation that you have. If they have an attorney, that attorney's contact information is going to be all over it. That's the information you want to fill out here. If the person has an attorney, and you could read it here, send it to their attorney, whoever that attorney is, their address. I apologize. That's my dog, my mother's dog, Busy. She is a beagle, and she wants to be let inside. So hang on, Busy. We're doing this. This is important. I want to send this information to the opposing counsel. This is their email address. You can then by the way, I am not an abuser of animals. It's a very nice day outside. She just wants it. So type in their email address, and then one of the ways you can deliver it to them is by emailing them. Check that here. If you have their email address, then email them. That's a way to email them this form, both pages. Tell the date that you're going to email it on, whatever the date is. Give yourself some time on this, because you never know, life happens. And usually attorneys want to receive emails by 5 p.m. because that's when attorneys get off work. Not me. Kubik Legal is going to be different. Check out my website. So type in the attorney's name, type in their email address, say that you're going to send it to them by email on this date. If that person that is the petitioner suing you does not have an attorney, this is the information you fill out for them. Again, that legal documentation that you have should have this information on it. You could also hand deliver this to them. You can pop it in the mail, with a stamp on it. This is the address of the mailbox. If it's your home, it's your home. But these are the way. You only need to deliver it to them one way. I usually like to do email. And you send, this is page 2. Now, if you want to send it to some other people, that doesn't really apply in family law cases. It's either to the attorney, if that person is represented, or to the petitioner themselves, if they don't have an attorney. But this form has a couple more places that you could say you're sending this information to. Ignore it for family law cases. You're not doing an additional proof of delivery form. You're going to just fill in this bottom again. And this information is the same as that page 1. Type your name, telephone, address, city, and state. Save it. And the next thing you're going to do is e-file it. That will be a second video. But that's how you fill out your appearance in Illinois courts. And it's doable. Again, why do you want to fill out your appearance? Because you don't want to be defaulted. Lose your case and have no legal representation. I hope you like this video. I will be making more. I think there's incredible forms online for people to use, whether you have an attorney or you intend to have Sara Kubik at Kubik Legal be your attorney. It just takes a little help getting through these forms. And so that's the purpose of the video. Give me a like if you like it. Add comments if you want to. I'm going to post this on YouTube, post this on our Kubik Legal website. And thank you very much.